Well, this past week, Simon Ateba, a reporter for Today Africa News, called out White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre for not calling on him to ask a question for 7 months. Take a look.
You've been discriminating against me and discriminating against some people in the briefing room. And I'm saying that this is the US, this is not China, this is not Russia.
And earlier today, I spoke with another reporter, Dr. Anthony Harper, who has been in the White House press room with Ateba to get his perspective on the incident. Thanks for joining me today.
It's great to join you, Jessamyn.
So what is your reaction to this, seeing as, you've been ignored and censored in the White House press room before?
Okay, well, it is very disturbing. Simon Ateba is a friend of mine. He and I have a lot in common, being censored and silenced, but, it's very troubling that the Christian media is being censored and mistreated. I experienced a lot of conflict with the press secretary, specifically the huge audience for Christians in America. I'm usually the only member of the Christian media there at the White House. So this is very significant about Biden's war on God, I would say, the assault on our Judeo Christian heritage. And that's in light with my recent interview with David Horowitz, when my interview was banned. And David Horowitz was talking about, in his book, which is called The Final Battle, how the next election could be our last, about Judeo Christian principles or the heritage of America that's under assault. And he's a very prolific writer, very well-known author. But it is disturbing, I think about Jessamyn, about the assault, as I mentioned, on Judeo Christian heritage. Our Christian audience questions about a child's right to life. In my confrontation with the press secretary the day of the Supreme Court decision, Roe v. Wade, and that was June of last year, and I went up to her office and asked her face-to-face, what about a child's right to life, and what's her response to our Christian audience? And she refused to respond. She turned away, it seemed like in shame, and she wouldn't say anything. But also our Christian audience concerns about anti-Semitism as well.
So you said that you're the only Christian reporter in the White House press room. So do you believe, are you saying that there is a bias against Christian or any religious journalists for that matter?
Well, there is, and I would say I'm probably the most outspoken of any of the Christian media people there. Sometimes there are members of the Christian media, but I'm asking the most challenging human rights questions, the most challenging for the Biden administration regarding Israel issues. I'm the primary reporter exposing and reporting on anti-Semitism. And this administration is fairly clearly in opposition to, Israel. They have anti-Semitic policies of refunding the UNRWA, the UN agency, and Palestinian Authority. But most disturbing is the Biden administration supporting dividing up Israel.
So, some people may say that it is Biden's way of, prohibiting free speech or freedom of the press. Did you experience any of this under President Trump?
Well, not really that much. I know, though, when I did report about being critical of President Trump and Jared Kushner's peace plan, dividing Israel, the Palestinian state, then I got cut off. Then I got cut off from having interviews, meetings with the press secretary on camera. The press secretaries refused to call upon me. I've been asking challenging questions of all three administrations, the Obama administration, Trump administration, as well as of the Biden administration. But it's disturbing that the Biden administration has mistreated, I would say, me worse than any of the previous administrations on several fronts. The vaccine policy, the masking policy, and I'm being bullied at the White House as well.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, once again, I want to thank you for being with us, Dr. Anthony Harper.
It's great to join you. If people want to help me to stay at the White House, they can go to our website, imcnews.org, and we have a donate button there to keep the Christian media there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.